Hi guys, I am going to be filming a Easter wreath or a spring wreath, and I just got everything on my table ready to go, and I want to show you how I do it here. So I've got the actual wreath in question, a wire wreath. There is two of them here. There's one from Dollar Tree, so you can definitely do this with on a budget. Even on a budget with this one, Amazon. This bigger one came from Amazon, and it came in a 3-pack, I think. And wire, floral wire. It's thin, easy to cut, and easy to wrap. And then what I did was I went around our area and just picked random things, random bushes, flowers, twigs, leaves, anything that I thought would look pretty on a wreath. So I am lucky enough to have this yellow, and so I was excited to see that because that just screams Easter in my mind. And these a little bit of pink, some kind of bush, pink and purple. And then there's some calla lily leaves. The actual calla lilies aren't ready yet. They're still coming in, and we've cut a ton of them. And so yeah, I'm just gonna start figuring out how I can wrap each bundle. I'll show you what I do. Okay, so once you've got all your stuff on the table ready to go, the next step is to tie your wire, so a piece of floral wire, onto the wreath and get it secured. I usually just do it, I guess, anywhere. Just pick a spot, and you just kind of wrap it around. You don't have to be pro at this, because I'm not. So you just wrap it around a couple times, make sure it's secure. My hope is that once I get a wreath going and on, most of its content stays on it. That is the goal. Okay, so totally wrapped up. Just kind of loosely wrap the very end there. And what you do is you leave this portion be. Don't cut it. Just leave it on there. And next, you grab bundles of what you want to start with. So kind of short bundles, I'll show you. This is a good starting point, this little sprig here, and we're going to add on top of that something else. And then you can play with it too. Not every time it's going to be perfect. So I add a few greens. Let's cut some yellow. So right there, let's cut this piece off. That's kind of a good start. You kind of want them to be somewhat long, because what we're going to do is we're going to tie it with a wire, in starting with little bunches like this. So let's start with this one. You kind of lay it on there. You want to start where the wreath bundle goes straight up, and then what you do, you take this and start wrapping it, so you're securing it in place. Kind of the hardest one to get going is your first one, in my opinion. You really wrap it around tight. I don't know, 2 or 3 times. So there we go. I smushed a little bit of the flowers, but that's okay. And then you add another bundle. I'll get that one going for you. Okay, so this time I chose slightly different. Same thing with the 2 greens, but then I added one of these dark red things. So technical, I know. And then what you do is this bundle is straight up and down, straight. Then you're going to want to try and kind of angle the next ones, like so. So I'm going to make this one go out a little bit. I'm going to be covering up some of the pretty yellow. That's okay. You got a deal. So I work around towards me. I think that would be logical, because these are where the stems are ending. if you go up here, you're just going to mess up all this top part. So let's do that. Wiggle it around to where you're happy and just start wrapping. And I have done this on Christmas wreaths where I've wrapped the wrong way and gotten all mixed up, and it still works out. Still works. So okay, so that one's wrapped. Now we're going to do another bundle. I'll show you that one. Okay, for this next bundle, I created just a small one of just greens. So little, I don't know, fern-like things and some green leaves. Okay, and I'm just going to try and angle it not up and down like that, not side, but towards the inside of the wreath. Just a slight angle, right on top of the last place you wrapped. And again, wrap it 2 to 3 times using some pressure so it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, and we're going to keep on going. I'm going to create another bundle. This one, I think I'm actually going to add, and this is what you can do, I'm going to add something big. So I'm thinking it's looking a little dinky. So I'm going to add this big one here. What it's going to do, it's going to make it a little look a little fuller in the end. You can do that anytime. And actually, it's pretty secure right there. I really jammed it in, but you can always rewrap if you need to. So the bigger the bundles you use, the larger your wreath is going to end up looking. So I'm going to start maybe making a big, maybe a little slightly bigger bundles, especially with the calla lily leaf, and see what happens. This is my next bundle. Let's see, this one. So I'm using those pretty flowers and the calla lily. So I'm gonna find out how we can get this on here without looking obtrusive. So see how it's so big? I don't exactly have to start right here. I can place it wherever. So I'm going to do this, and you just kind of, you wing it until you figure it out. I know it's kind of sad, but you're trying to do, to make it look a little bit more even after you're done, trying to make the little bundles go straight, and then angle, angle, straight, angle, angle, straight, and keep going all the way around like that till the very end. Angle meaning angle out, angle in, angle out, angle in. So let's get this one going. I just did an angle in, so technically I need to do something up straight. So I'm not gonna go out. I'm gonna kind of keep it towards the center of the wreath. Try not to cover up that red thing here. So you just make decisions and go with it. Kind of just have to do that. And I don't want to mess up the calla lily leaf, so there we go. I just wiggled it around it till I found where I could securely get the stem. Okay, that's in place. You can always move it around a bit. Okay, got some yellow peeking through and coming off. Okay, I'm gonna get another bundle. I'll be right back. Okay, so I found my next bundle that I'm gonna use. I'm figuring out I'm gonna add some of this really pink bush-like flower. And now that I've already done, so I moved this around just a little bit so you guys could see it better. So I'm trying. This end is right here, so I've already done this bundle straight, as straight as I could, with a round wreath. Now I'm going to do away from the wreath with this next bundle, kind of keeping these little flowers away. So pop these out like that. kind of just have to work with it. If it doesn't look right, change it. Making sure that all of your bundle is actually tied up in the wire. Give it some tugging. Make sure it's tight. Okay, that's a good amount. So that's it so far. Now we're going to keep on going. Now I'm going to try to find another bundle. I think I'm going to go with some more yellow and maybe turn it in towards the wreath to keep up with my pattern here. So let's keep going, and I'll show you towards the end of where I'm at. You just kind of keep going like this until you feel happy with it, and you can go through in the end and add leaves, flowers. You can do even extra stuff like hot glue pieces on if you absolutely need to, if you think it's lacking something. So I'll show you towards the end what I do. Okay guys, so I'm at the very end of the wreath, and I'm at the point where, you know, it might look a little bit finished, but right here is where I stopped. This was my last bundle right here, and I'm going to be, and this is where I first started, and I put that random big huge leaf thinking it needed a little bit more. I'm glad I did, because it would have looked a little bit more naked. So right now I've got, I think, one more bundle to do, and I chose this. And I think it needs to go right there, so it's kind of going that way. I got to a point where I lost count on where I was on my little rotational area. So I'm just going to slip this in right here or wherever I can so that it looks like the direction I need it to go. Oh, some of my things are coming out. There we go. My wire right now is right over here. So, this is the fun part. What I think I'm going to have to do is do another bunch to cover up this big leaf. So I'm going through my leaf, making it happen. There we go. Okay, let's choose one more bundle, or two, who knows how long it's going to take. I need to cover this area up where I can see, but I don't know if you can see that, where I can see the stem. And it's always helpful to give yourself a good amount of line coming out of your floral wire, so you got more to work with. So I'm going to go find another bundle here real quick. At this point, the last one does not need to be spectacular. It's going to be kind of mushed together with all of this other stuff. But luckily, I still have some of this pink left. You kind of want to look around to see what else you think you need. Like, did you need more yellow? Do you need more white? Kind of looks even to me, but I guess I could use some more of the white flowers. So let's put those on top. I want to use them up anyways, they're so awesome. What's that? That's something. I like to give it a little backing. You first start with the green, something a little bit like you could build on. I don't know. Let's see if that would help. And you kind of go through and make sure you put it where you want it to go. I kind of hide the ends in the other bunches. So there we go. I mean, I think that looks pretty balanced. And then you just kind of work your wire through. It totally feels weird, like you're doing something wrong, because you're snatching some leaves and like just like that. Because I'm using some big broad leaves that I found kind of tend to smash things. see, how is that looking? Is it looking kind of like I covered up the hole? That's kind of what I'm doing, is just making sure I've covered up everything and doesn't look like there's any naked spots. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you kind of like the overall look, and I'll show you what I do at the very end. Okay, so just for a perspective, I've hung the wreath up on our iron gate in the back, and I haven't really tweaked it or finished it completely, but I wanted to show it as it's hanging so you can kind of see what I do. I look to see if there's any spots that need trimming, or if there's any bald spots, or spots that just, you know, need help. So, okay, so that's it so far. It's kind of hard to see with the mess of a background, I'm sorry to say, but that's what we've got going on right now, and you can see that right here, that's going to need some help. I mean, it might work. I mean, it's up to you. I'm starting to think there might be some spots where I could use some extra something, maybe this to fill it in a little bit, to make it look a little fuller, because this side looks so full and luxurious, and this side looks a little flat. So that's what I mean. Just kind of tweak it to whatever you're hoping to go for. So I'm gonna go bring it back on my table and tweak it, and then we'll see the end result. Okay, so before I do the finishing touches on the front, I'm going to show you how I end up tying it off and cutting it loose from its floral wire bundle. So I turn the wreath over, which is hard to do when you've just put all that work into it, but it just makes it easier. I don't have a second pair of hands right now, so I turned it over on its face, and you just end up, I've made sure I've got the last bit that I wanted round up, and you cut it, free it, and you just end up picking one of the wire areas and wrapping that wire around the base of the frame, the wire frame. Just wrap it around. I mean, you could do this for days if you wanted to and create a super long one. Really get into it, but I don't have that kind of time right now. So I'm just gonna keep on winding. It's not really gonna go anywhere anyways. They are like, every bundle is really round up. You'll get your leaves coming out once in a while, the twigs and stuff, short pieces. So you just kind of want to hide that end just in case, so it doesn't scratch anyone. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to work on either trimming it or tucking in some small pieces. If it's going to be for your door and there's going to be a lot of movement where it's going to be shaken back and forth, I really don't know if you want to just tuck in pieces. But if it's going to be like a decorative wreath that it's just going to be there where people aren't going to be moving it a lot, sure, you know, I would recommend going ahead and tucking some pieces in. Doesn't hurt, and it makes it look extra full. So I'll do the finishing touches and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've done some tweaking, and I found out what I want to use as the top. So you kind of want to go through and see what the best angle is where it's hanging up. So I've realized that this is going to be a good spot to hang it from, and then this would be down here. Down there would be the bottom. So what you can actually do, you can have a makeshift hanger. If you wanted to make that with your wire, your floral wire, you can make one. Just cut a piece, I guess any size as long as it's long enough, and you can make your own hanger so that you could hang it on a nail, a hook, if you don't have a wreath hanger. So I already bought one of those though, so I've got a wreath hanger. But if I'm giving this as a gift or anything, I mean, my mom loves these, so I can surprise her with a wreath. And even if she doesn't have a wreath hanger, she can use it because I've supplied her a hanger. So wrap one end of the wire onto the frame. I mean, you don't have to go crazy either with that. Then you just wrapped it like so. Make sure it's tight. Let's do it again here. I am gonna knot this one too, because that one was, there we go. It was looking like it was gonna slip. So then you just want to do it to the other end. And I'm just gonna leave this little hook, like a little, yeah, you get it, a little hook there. You just kind of have to work it so that you keep that loop there. You don't want to lose your loop. So there we go, hooked it. Now I'm going to just do that little tie again, just kind of knot it like the first tie of a shoelace or your shoes, and then pull. Pretty much you're just doing it on your own, and if you need to, you can spread it out a little bit if it's too high, if it's too low, whatever. So this is just kind of like, if I do just give this to my mom, she can use it without having to worry about having a wreath hanger. Okay, so there's like a little hooky. Okay, I'm gonna do some hanging, and I'll show you the end result. Hey guys, okay, I just wanted to share with you the end result. That is the end wreath. Definitely would work for Easter, spring, whether you're just doing a DIY for fun, for you know, decorations around the house, or for an event. Say if you're having a few people over for Easter, I would suggest making this no more than 3 days before, if you're going to do something before. I just don't know how long it's going to last. The spring flowers and spring greenery, they're just more delicate. They don't last as long. And I know that there's sprays that you can buy that keep it longer. Go ahead, try it out. I haven't tried those just yet. Our Christmas wreaths that we do, they last a long time, so I don't have to worry about those. But these Easter ones, not so hardy. Anyways, so hopefully that was fun to watch and learn. You can also definitely do this with fake greenery, fake flowers that you find at Walmart or Dollar Tree. Could definitely be just as good looking, and it'll last a lot longer using the same method that I did. So very easy, and just makes it look like you put in a lot of work when you really didn't. I like that it looks homemade. I don't think it doesn't need to be perfect. Alright, till the next time, I'll see you later.